Hello, Scorpio, to another timeless, the love variant reading, where anything is covered in regards to love, whether you're single, partnered, romantic, divorced, widowed, married, whatever has you spinning in or out of love. Please know that these messages may resonate more if Scorpio is found in your Sun, Rising, and or Jupiter position in regards to finding universal justice. However, if you're here, Scorpio being in Moon, Mercury, and or Venus position, you may be in search of emotional redemptions, where I will ask you to check out my sister channel. The link can be found below for her timeless content over there. I look forward in hopefully having you subscribe to both of my channels if you haven't done so already. And also to know that I am a master healer. Should you inquire or desire a reading, a session of healing from me, I work with no time and space of relevancy, so all my remote healings are just as powerful as if they were in person. I don't know what that means. Okay, so anyway, description box below has various forms of links for your browsing purposes. All right, Scorpio, let's get into your reading. Ether wants me to go right into the reading, so let's do it. We have the Tailor, attention to detail, pride. We have the Gambler, loss, risks. Someone needs to cut the cord spiritually, like actually focused intention, cutting the cord of responsibility so that you just feel that, oh God, no dependency on this person, this thing. All right, the Enchanter, deception, trickery. Someone may have a hex on someone. It's not about believing hexes, but those are ritualized situations, and just someone with a vast consciousness can put on someone. Okay, so if this at all resonates, you already know that you may need to contact someone, and if I'm the one triggering that for you, I may be that person for that solution. All right, take that message as it resonates. All right, so attention to detail is, I think, your downfall at this time. Beforehand, maybe a few weeks ago, if you're a returning listener to this channel, it was about let everything kind of like be spoken on. Like, don't let the details go unnoticed. Now it's working the opposite. Now kind of let it go and allow your things to make sense on your own and not needing to be involved as much is what I can say to that. Okay. Some of you are doing some Ouija board activity, which is that negative? No, it's just about who you're doing it with, because if someone is doing it with you and they're in fear, you're naturally just going to involve your energies to tap into their fear as well. And because it's negative or foreign of you, it just might permeate in your remembrance and your memory for too long and not necessary, and just perpetuate itself in karmic influences where you will not be on your quote-unquote divine path. But anyone who is on a path is necessarily on a divine path. It's just about the perspective of where you're taking yourself seriously and what you're going to show up for, and who's going to be at your resources to make that journey profitable for you, and who's going to be held accountable for making your life making your life miserable, making your life inopportunistic. Okay, those people got to go. And if you got to take on the loss and risk and be the gambler to get them out of your life, then you need to do that. Paying attention to the details of how you can fix an individual is not what's in question or the point to this reading, at least. Like, don't fix what's broken. You can't fix a person. They're already whole. Like, their skin is keeping them intact. So the more detail you are getting into breaking down their characteristics is not important, because If they were just to study your actions and your interactions and your maneuvers, they would be able to heal themselves. So you don't need to bring more attention to that, because the moment you do, you're going to lose out on more energy. It's a lot of like parent to child kind of energy. Like you're the parent, Scorpio, and you need to kind of cut your cord of responsibility from bearing the weight of responsibility, what you can't control from your children or about your children. Like your own children have their own intuition. They have their own nautical composition of what makes them who they are, that's independent from you. You are a proprietor to be the vessel to bring them here, but the ownership you don't have. You never had it the moment you cut out and off the umbilical cord. So to understand that from a perspective where you can still hold on to no losses but only gains, full of joys while understanding the lows, will bring you to a healthier perspective of a well-roundedness, and while still maintaining tied to these connections, because you're having the relationship based on a mindset that won't taunt or be tantalizing in the more accrued time it comes. No, there's a great foundation being met and understood, that if suffering were to come to your child or to you, that you will find each other without this needed dependency of a red cord, because you will naturally choose to return to each other. That's a healthier acceptance of overall love. Whether you're forced to love an individual or not, it's not the same for what's happening in this ethereal connection of longevity. Some of y'all understand with past life regressions that maybe the daughter you have now may have been your great-grandfather in a past life. Some of you have made these connections already. So it takes the responsibility at face value off a little bit and heightens other ethereal matters which the ether wants you to gamble on and with. Oh, here goes the singing again. Fuck, I always want to get into this whole I want to sing for you, Scorpio. My first boyfriend was a Scorpio. Be without you, baby. Mary J. Blige, I was singing, you know. Be without you, baby. Oh, Scorpio. People only knew about the luscious energies of Scorpio. I mean, you know. And even the ways and things you don't know, you do know. And if you don't know, you won't know. And if you don't know, now you know. You know? Okay, enough. All right. We have the Daughter of Wands here, the 10 of strain. 10 of strain is this energy, okay? But damn, have you come through a lot here. You closed a lot of chapters already, Scorpio. All right, physically, you already did emotionally, if not physically. All right, emotionally, done and dunzos. Physically and spiritually, there are other things that need to be met. So this could speak of like parent to child relationship drastically, all right? Being a new parent, fulfilling that role, knowing that you can't be so picky in certain situations that the child just doesn't know about yet because they're just a child, all right? So being understanding of that brings a softness to your physical attribute, which is cute because I guess some people think you're rough around the edges. I don't know, but I see someone sees you rough around the edges. A little bit of a threat, a little bit someone that is so far away emotionally, like they don't have an emotional relationship with you just yet. Okay, but they really want to. They envy you a little bit. And we have the Father of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. So I see this is you, all right? You are handling your shit as well as anyone who could handle the shit that you're handling. It's the best way I can say it, okay? You're handling your shit and you're making that shit that's not so good look really good because it's not easy going through that, all right? The facial expression is very interesting at this moment of looking at this card. This energy is like, I don't even believe it, but I see it. So if I see it, then I can't even justify the need to argue with the believing aspect of it, okay? That's where humans are fucking brutal in having to find resolution in everything, when it's just not that linear. It's just not that linear. And some people need and exist in needing that explanation. While you may be someone on the trajectory of not needing that explanation, but living that explanation. So kudos to you. Kudos to you, Scorpio. La-da-doo, la-da-doo. Seriously, I feel like I just want to sing Disney songs when Scorpio readings are showing up lately, because I'm like, if people only knew. So let's just sing, because whatever feels awkward in the presence of someone singing, they just won't stop and listen to the artist sing. Move right along. Bye-bye. Miss out on this free entertainment. Whatever. I don't know how to explain his energy, but it's just here. Okay, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? What's happening? A lot of inner child coming through, all right? Remembering to possibly take it easy with your relationships with your children if we're still on this narrative, because, well, you were a child too. And let's be serious, you are also still very much a child. So that's where you're like, oh, okay, I understand this. I understand where I look at certain ways of maturity or maturation of some kind due to responsibility and longevity, that when I'm around energy that is just a bit younger than me, to not treat them as if they're younger than me, but treat them as eye to eye, a vastness of possibility to learn with whatever it is that you also have to give. If that also means at the same time you're learning what to polish along the way until the individual or thing learns to something that you are giving off or offering to them, that's that natural connection you have with one another that gets just tested with hormonal attitudes and just life. All right, but all of it here, I see the medicine wheel is on a fruitful journey. Okay, if you have kids, again, if you're on that narrative, your kids love you. Oh, sugar honey iced tea. I collect these cards. I'm guessing you're gonna have to clear out some of these dust bunnies, because there are energies like underneath your bed. Clean up under your bed. Clean out your closet. Like that type of shit. You gotta get into the corners and clean that shit up. All right, and then some. Some of y'all are still having Colgate and Crest toothpaste. I don't understand why. Get rid of that shit. And if you're gonna use Google to validate these facts, good luck, because it will be all in your favor and you're gonna end up hating me because Florida's so good. Okay, not so true. All right, but live out your life to the best of what you want it to be. Okay, and it's all you. Do you boo boo? Do you boo boo? And some of you also have this attitude to other people, like, yeah, boo boo, do you boo boo? I can't take this energy very seriously, but it wants to be taken very seriously. Okay, I do see that. Some of you are on a karmic relationship that doesn't need anything, but it does require something. Okay, whatever is requiring is taking a lot out of you, Scorpio. It's taking a lot out of you. So things are not working in your favor, but you think your involvement in it is favorable to you. That's up to you to figure out on your own, because you are in many more ways enjoying whatever it is that you are attached to but at the same time, it triggered a longing and a calling for something else. It's still a metamorphosis is still happening. So even if it means that this, no, it's not the karmic relationship that will be nurtured. The karmic relationship will be severed. But only when you take itself seriously that another change has to happen. Once you understand that another change has to happen in full-blown conviction, then justice will be put in your favor, and then other cycles will start to form, slowly getting you out of this old and safely integrating you into the new. And this newness trajectory will metamorphosize into someone brand spanking new coming your way, because you're learning to not wait for this individual. You're learning how not to create this individual. You're learning how not to be specific on how this person looks like, acts like, whatever. You are doing you, and whatever comes to you, you're going to realize, oh, you're here for me. Cool. And now let's hold hands and skip down into eternity. But that is honestly so much your personal journey. No one, including myself, is going to validate that for you. All right. 4 of Swords. 2 of Cups. And the Mother of Wands. All right. The validation comes from understanding that this reading is an external outsource of what it is that you're attracting. You are part of some way or another this little bit of real energy, and a lot of it responsible for making it your business because you're maintaining it, an awareness of this energy being around. Because you're listening to the reading. Just because of that. It has nothing to do with where your placement is, if I'm right and if I'm wrong, trying to be exact. It has nothing to do with it. You're already a participant of it because you're here. Period. That's just how it works. All right. And on how it works, you're already doing the healing that I said that you need to do. Because, again, it's wrapped up in the words and the energies of these words taking place in this time and space. And 2 of Cups is bringing that all home because it's saying, well, there's love to come. I did say that. But whatever love you're in right now, you're over-nurturing, over-protecting it at this time. Because you are also not healing. If you're not healing, or being triggered with the word healing, and like, oh God, life is just, I mean, who would I be if I said I'm healing now? People are going to look at you like, what's going on with her or him? You're healing now? Are you saying I have to heal so you're better than me? You're better than everybody else? Honestly, if anyone gives you that fucking narrative, you're going to have to learn how to say, fuck you, because they just don't understand where that shit is coming from and how much where the shit is coming from paves exactly the path of which it is that we're walking. So fuck those bullies. Fuck those bullies. But I think wherever you were a bully before, you've completely simmered down a lot more to where you were before you've simmered down. And that's good. That's great. All right, Scorpio, that is all that I have for you at this time. Please check out the description box below for any of my services, for that second sister channel of mine, and overall, I look forward to hopefully seeing you subscribe to both of my channels. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.